both. Uh, Good evening, everyone. Are we over it? Dash, are you over it yet?
How dare you! Learn something from this.
Kind of.
Too soon? No, you're good.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Slept on
Totally
it?
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here on the Turn Giants tonight, we're a little more calm. I don't know if you tuned into us last night. We let it loose a little bit, trying to play some FIFA at the same time, just chilling out. It was, we kept it under control.
Yeah,
Dash kept it under control.
Yeah, I mean, would you
He
guys
left
expect?
me alone.
I know. I needed to go cry in a corner. Okay, like I was trying to keep my things. I was trying to keep it focused for the camera. I didn't want to give anyone a viral moment because Frankie already got me with the feet stuff, the Allegri feet stuff.
The feet stuff, yeah,
it was so funny.
Thank you for doing that.
I know. I was making an only feet joke, and then he was like, "No, we're gonna record that stuff."
And he just chimed in too. He's working now, but going to be listening. Yeah, he's going to be listening for that foot fetish he got.
I make one joke and I'm clipped already. That's hilarious.
Yeah. Oh man, I love it. Marianne Menegazzo, which the name I always love saying. I don't know, it rolls off the tongue so nice. She needs some therapy after yesterday's game.
Well, we have comedic therapy. We've got plenty of therapy here. We're Dr. Dave and Dr. Dash here, the double D's.
Oh man, we're YouTube doctors now.
Allegedly.
Oh man, I think, did we just go up another rung in the YouTube hierarchy? Like we got YouTube doctor status?
Yeah,
we can give
allegedly. Allegedly.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess, was it like WebMD Juventus style here? We are J Medical, essentially, is what it sounds like.
Yeah, pretty much. The only difference is our players just don't get punched in the face.
That's not like an Alphonso Davies dig, is it?
No. I'm
saying
we're
in the face. But...
Oh, did he?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's got a cranial bruise.
Dude, that guy's got a soft skull. What the hell has Jordan Huitema done to him before they broke up? Like, holy crap!
Jeez, no. You should probably watch that clip. He took a bit of a kick.
I mean,
like he took it to the face hard.
I gotcha. Kind of like how Barcelona took a kick to the face today by Inter. That game was insane.
Yeah, I only caught a bit of it. I was watching Rabona TV stream actually.
Only watched the last 10 minutes. That's all I'll say. Like from minute 80 to the end was ridiculous. I've never seen such a ridiculous goal swing. And like Inter should have won that game, but Asliani decided not to pass the ball to Gosens for an easy tap in, and that was like, oh wow, really?
Yeah. I was trying to get the highlights, and I don't know, DAZN didn't have them up yet. So
yeah, so I mean, if you go on YouTube, you'll find them, CBS Golazo. But I'm gonna touch on that for a little bit, just the Champions League stuff today. I got to give credit to Luciano Spalletti, man. Like what he has done with Napoli is absolutely insane, and like a lot of us.
I don't know if this is helping Marianne right now talk about Spalletti, but I mean,
yeah, I get that, but we gotta give credit due. I mean, it's the dude's done a really good job. He's gone beyond my expectations because I know I was a big naysayer when people were like recommending him to us, and I was like, Spalletti, and then he took a really crappy Napoli team at the beginning of the season, projected crappy team, and is absolutely dominating with them. The other person too, you got to give credits to Simone Inzaghi with what he's doing with Inter, especially against Barcelona. I'm not saying Barcelona is like the greatest team in the world and he did a miraculous upset, but like, dude, like Barca was up 1-0, then Inter tied, and then they took it up, and then Barcelona equalized, and then Inter took a lead again, and
Yeah.
then Barcelona equalized, and then even until like, dude, like all of those Inter players were literally like, it pissed me off because they were showing Grinta that we don't have, and I'm like, Inter of all clubs showing that, like those guys cheat for everything, and yet they're like literally doing it.
Well,
But
that's what you get when you get more of a blue collar coach as well.
yeah, I guess so. Is Allegri not a blue collar coach anymore? He's a vineyard feet pick
Yeah,
kind of
he's
coach.
yeah, what do you call him? A villa. He's more of
He's
a
a
villa guy
yeah,
up
he's
in the mountains.
I mean, he's got what 1 foot in retirement in theory because I think he's retiring
Up
after
to
this.
he's up to his neck in retirement at this point.
Yeah, I could
But
totally
allegedly,
believe
I
it.
mean, we'll get into it. There's drama. There's obviously drama. To
There's
the news.
always drama. But yeah, I mean, he's pretty much 1 foot in the bucket essentially. But we got to give him credit, even though, especially Inter being our rivals and Napoli just being the small team down south. But just kidding. I'm kidding. If any Napoli people watch this, but we got to give credit where it's due, man. Those guys, they did a really good job. Sharif Allegri seems to have a government job, never gets fired.
Yeah, love it.
Oh man, I could make so many jokes, but I don't want us to get flagged by YouTube. And the next
Oh,
thing later,
man.
they'll throw our channel in the deep dark corner of the internet where no one can find us.
We're doctors that talk politics.
I know.
On the UV channel. This is what this is turning into tonight.
I know. It's a huge masquerade. We're posing as a sports channel, but we're actual political commentators.
That just sounds like CNN or Fox or whatever.
I know.
The trash you guys get down the US of A.
I was gonna say, the funny thing is whenever I see like an article of CNN on the internet about sports, and I'm like, you guys are way out of your lane here. Buck her down, buddy. Because like there's times where CNN will do Juventus articles, and it just like I'm flabbergasted whenever I see it.
They've actually made a lot of different news outlets the past few days. My news feed, I mean, you get the normal stuff like Foot Italia, UAFC, black and white and red all over. Like those typical websites come up on the news feed. But I think CNN, obviously ESPN, hit at it. There was a few outliers, anyways, the past day or so, just about the upset. It's news. It is news at a sporting level in the world is news.
So
yeah, we're just on the butt end of it.
I do want to call. I don't want to call them out, but like I also want to like kind of. It's called. I think it's like the 90 Minute or something like that. It's a Canadian podcast that does like all clubs all around Europe. And one of their podcast hosts, she was like calling out like Juventino fans. Like she was saying that like you guys are extremely toxic for saying Ronaldo was the problem and why Juventus is sucking. Well, Ronaldo left and you guys are absolute dog crap now. And I'm like, all right, hold on. I was like, you're talking about it from a performance fan perspective. Most of us, if not all of us, our issue with Ronaldo wasn't the performance sector. It was the financial sector because he screwed us financially.
Yeah, well,
so
that was a huge part for sure.
Yeah,
but we did make a lot of money as well, just in shirt sales, right? So
we did, but then it also
we're getting down to the Ronaldo thing.
I know, but like that it was just some news before we kind of like talk about the game and stuff like that. But like it just kind of surprised me where I'm like, you need to do your due diligence, man. Like it was just one of those things where I was a little bit baffled where you're like thinking that like we're talking about him performance wise. No, he was great performance wise. Like
he was
really good
individual performance wise, yes.
But like the thing is what really irked me was I'm like, you're not even looking at it from the financial aspect of it, and you're like calling out the Juventus fan base about it, saying that we're toxic, and it's like you don't even understand our gripes with them.
To be fair, she probably isn't completely wrong if she's been on Twitter.
No, but I mean, she's got a really big platform. She's like huge, but like it's just the thing is it kind of surprised me, and I'd share their like Instagram short, but again, I don't know copyright and all that fun stuff, but. Like her main argument was saying that like, oh yeah, he scored a lot of goals for us in the Champions League and knockouts for us and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, dude, man, like, J Twitter is toxic, but there's some things that we're not completely insane about. Like, there's some things that we need to sit down and talk objectively. And then Sharif says, I love the Ronaldo deal. In what regards? Like financially or him playing or etc.?
You love that we got rid of him or you love that we got him or yeah, like where we're going. But He does say history forgets financial statements.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
but we don't currently
we
right
don't
now,
because we're
unfortunately.
broke.
Yeah.
250 million in losses. But and that was my thing.
The Samp goal, he's saying. Yeah, I mean, he was playing basketball.
Yeah, he
Really,
was.
that
I
the
mean,
vertical he had on that.
he got mad hops. And yeah, like I'm saying, don't get me wrong, he was entertaining when he was with us.
Mhm.
Like I'm not going out here and saying, oh, he was a toxic player, blah blah blah. No, I'm just saying that like the club itself didn't financially prepare for him, and like the whole Ronaldo project plus the coof, really screwed with us. But like, yeah, I think that was the thing because like she was kind of saying that we're like calling him out performance wise, and I'm like, no, we have plenty of things we're thankful for Ronaldo. It's just the money. The issue was oh, he says no, Sandro was playing basketball and it was the worst assist in history. That was funny. That's funny. But yeah, KB says some channels are toxic too.
Yeah, they can be, and especially in times like this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and one of the things too, guys, that are on is like we're not trying to, spout like positivity up your guys' keisters. Like we're not like that, but like it's more so again, like we said yesterday, this is more so hey, imagine that all of us are sitting together at a bar or something like that, or at a campfire and we're just talking. There's some negativity, but there's some positivity. But at the end of the day, we're all trying to find some common ground here. Just so
You know
again,
how I know you're from Michigan?
campfire.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's cool. We do that too.
we do that, and we do that with our up and our other weird things that only Michiganders do.
Michiganders. That's even weird. Michigander. Digress.
No, I know.
Anyways, yeah.
It's just so I got some clips for you guys that I took. I watched the film. I watched the game over again. And I took some screenshots and some snips of things that I thought were notable to talk about. I don't really want to talk about them, but we have to talk about them. So I'm gonna have to pull up some painful images that you guys are gonna probably cringe at. But the good news is we will be doing a call in the second half of the show, so you
Yeah,
guys will be
that's
able.
exactly what I was gonna say.
Yeah, so we'll be able to talk, have some fun
Yeah.
conversation. But before we segue a little bit too much, I'll get into the business aspect of it. So I'm gonna pull up the good old FOT mob.
KB,
Go
you
over.
still working, or you actually off for once? Or we're trying to go later here. Maybe get you not working for once. Pissing
I
off the
know
boss.
we did this stream for you, KB. We love you. All right, so just kind of going over a brief summary of everything. So again, the 2-0. So the 2-0 result with Atzili scoring the double at 7:42. So just kind of looking at some of the statistics here before I go into the match ratings. So statistically, Maccabi had 14 shots. We had 10. We had the one big chance, which I did get an image of that. So I'll show you what the big chance was and as well as what the big chance missed. Accurate passes, 276 to our 407, 12 to 16 fouls committed, 1-1 offsides, 6 to 9 corners. And I believe these are just shots and stats like that don't really matter that much. But looking at overall our shots, so 14 to 10, 4 shots off target. So that means completely way off. We got 4 shots on target, or 5 to their 4. They had 6 block shots to our 1. They got 1 post. We got 0 posts. 7 shots inside the box to 6, which that's kind of alarming for us chasing the guys. 7 shots outside the box, which is normal if you're actually forcing a team to come at you or not giving them any offensive options. We had 4. Looking at the expected goals coefficient, 0.75, guys. Man, Maccabi scored 2 goals and they were a 0.75 goal multiplier, 0.5 in the first half, 0.1 in the second, 0.6 in open play. And then look at our numbers. That's just atrocious. Like, we got to call a spade here. Like, that was disgusting. Like, that's how bad that is. Moving on to the passing, we dominated passing and passing accuracy, obviously. And we had more passes in our own half than Maccabi's, ironically, even though we were chasing the game. 232 in the opposition half. We had a 67% of long balls. They had 30. They had more accurate crosses than we did, and we had 21 throw-ins. So discipline, don't really care about that. I don't really give a damn about cards.
Well, KB blew us a kiss because we're doing
Aww.
this later. It's so sweet. Thank you.
Aww. All right, so getting on to the defensive aspect of it. So tackles won. They won more tackles than us. They had more interceptions than us, which again, dude, that's not a good sign. We had more blocks, obviously, because blocks is a very skewed number just because if you're taking a shot outside the box and I put my foot in, that's technically called a block. Clearances, more clearances, obviously, because we were chasing the game for like 56 minutes for sure. 5 keeper saves to 2, and that keeper was actually surprisingly well. We'll give that biomedical engineer some credit there.
Yep.
Duels. This one again. This one's another red flag. They won more duels than us. Ground duels, aerial duels, and we only had one successful dribble over they did.
Yeah, that's the lack of grinta.
Like that to me is insane. Yeah, you're not going for it. You would win more duels if you're actually chasing the game. So going up here to some of the player ratings up here. So again, these are FOTMob ratings, so they're kind of subjective to FOTMob, not certain websites per se. All right, so and then we got Tech with a 6, Danilo with a 6.5, Bonucci with a 6.5, Rugani with a 6.7, and Sandro with a 6.8. In my opinion, I think Sandro should be rated a lot lower. I'll show you guys in a minute when I show you guys the clips. Quadrado surprisingly with a 7.9, but I think he was the only one that was actually shooting. That's probably why. Paredes was atrocious, 5.9. You got Mr. Rabbit over here with an absolute dumpster fire of a game, 6.8. And then McKenny, a lot of people are giving McKenny a lot of flack for this game, saying that they never want to see him in a Juve jersey again.
Really?
That's fair. Yeah. I know another podcast said that like an hour or so ago where they're like, yeah, I don't ever want to see him again. And
Wow.
then,
Okay.
yeah, I was just like,
That's
damn. All right.
A little harsh, but sure. All right.
And then Di Maria's out with a 5.2. Clearly didn't have that much playing time because he essentially wrecked his hamstring. And then Dusan or Suzan, because we haven't seen him all match, got a 6.1. And then who cares about Maccabi ratings because we're not a Maccabi club.
But look at that Zaley though. Like
he played very well. He essentially took Alexandro to school position wise, and it's actually pretty funny.
And Marianne saying, did you see the pictures of the players board on the plane? Because saw this coming by the expressions on their faces. I didn't see that, but I'm assuming you were referencing when they were getting on to go to Israel.
Yeah, are you talking about
into it?
Yeah, are you talking about going or coming back?
Sounds like going there.
Because I think
like you can tell. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, because they flew back tonight or today actually, because they spent the night in Israel and then they came back today. So that's weird because the time zone's different. So that's probably why they spent the night over there. But yeah, they spent the night there and then flew back, I believe, this morning. So, and then I'm sure they probably have like a day off or something like that because allegedly they're in the retreat. Yeah. So I think they're probably
going straight there.
Probably in the J Hotel as we speak, watching our podcast.
Yeah. I mean, we start at 1:00 in the morning. Yeah. They probably went to bed, whipped to bed, and up at 5 a.m. Kind of like me, I suppose. But
I was gonna say, I bet you Allegri, and then we're hitting him with this clip here.
I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. How dare you? Learn something from this.
That's pretty much that whole hotel talk or whatever they were doing.
That's an interesting point there.
Did you notice something in the first half? Haifa were attacking Danilo's side so aggressively and drove him crazy until Adzil scored on the back of his neck. No, it was Sandro. They were attacking Sandro's side. I'll show you the clips. Don't worry. Okay. They were abusing us on our left, which is their right. They kind of harassed the right side because their crosses were coming in from the right side, but like where they did the most damage was on our left side. I think they were taking advantage of Quadrado being out of position. So that's why they would essentially cross from our right. But yeah, Quadrado was leaving Danilo out on an island to die, essentially.
Very interesting. The strategy in that for the Maccabi coach. That sounds brilliant to me to like pick apart those holes and actually capitalize on that.
But yeah, so here I'll show you. So we'll move on to the images part here. So this is image number 1. So again, when you were saying, Sharif, so you are correct. I'm not saying that you're incorrect, but like look at this space here between the two players and look where Quadrado is. He's not here. He's not on the screen. He's all the way out there. So they took the advantage by attacking this area here to set up play. But the one thing is so this is where where Edzil is, and oh no, Quadrado's right here. I'm sorry. Quadrado's all the way over here. There's nobody covering this area. McKennie is pinched with Rabiot over here. So the reason why, again, they harassed the right side, or they harassed Danilo, because look, there's nobody there at all. And this is the first goal. This is 7 minutes into the game. So the thing is, the one thing that I wanted to illustrate is look at this open space right here. And this is Adzil. This is the eventual goal scorer right here. All of this open space, look, Paredes is looking over here. McKennie's looking over here. Rabiot's looking over here. Maybe Quadrado's looking at him, but Sandro's not even paying attention. And then Rugani's man marking this gentleman over here. And then again, there's no communication. No one is telling anyone to pick up this guy right here. So look, the next image.
It's just walking in there.
He's literally just walking in there, has this entire plethora of space. Look at McKennie, watching, not pressing the ball. Rabiot, again, doesn't even know that he's there. And then also look at Bonucci. So Bonucci's focused on number 10 over here, but even then he's giving him way too much space.
That's Cherry.
That is Cherry? Okay.
Yeah.
So, and then Vlahovic, there's not much you can tell because the play's not going to go this way for sure. But you can tell McKennie, what is McKennie guarding? What is he doing?
Space. Let's go with the space.
He's just guarding the air. So, like, the thing is this is where McKennie has to push in. He has to come up and push the ball. And then Rabiot would then be able to either cover him or cover this guy over here. But none of that is happening. And this is all within the action of the first goal. So, and then the next image again. So, this is when the ball gets crossed. McKennie jumps. Why are you jumping? You're not going to touch that ball. Unless, like, McKennie can magically jump, like, 6 feet in the air and flick it. Because, like, the thing is, the ball's up here. So the ball is right there.
Pretty far
Look
away.
at McKennie. Why are you jumping? It doesn't make any sense to me.
Man, yeah, just everything's off, it seems.
So then look at Edzil here. And this is where I'm going to throw Alexandro under the bus. Who are you? Rugani's got this guy. Bonucci has him. Who are you watching? Are you defending Rugani?
He's ball watching. He's looking at the ball.
Yeah, so he's watching Rugani. Doesn't even notice that Adzil is right here. And then Quadrado again, same thing with Rabiot, and then also Paredes as well. Ball watching, not realizing this dude is legitimately right there. And it's like Frankie says, man, it's like McKennie's trying to do that Michael Jordan Space Jam jump, like the Michael Jordan Secret Juice. Like that right there to me is insane. Like that's elementary. Like, guys, look around, man. Have vision. This is something you see in a pickup game. But to afford this dude this much space, because right now, guys, if the ball lands right at him, he can take a touch and shoot. That's how much space he has. He has about 2.5 seconds of time. You give 2.5 seconds of time to a professional player, he is burning you every single time. It doesn't matter if he plays in Liga 2, Serie C, Serie D,
Bernadeschi in MLS does it all the time.
Yeah, Bernadeschi could do this.
It's been a few episodes. I had to get that in there.
Even Lord Bentner of all people could be lethal in that position. That right there is something a professional team does not do ever. That defense right there is pickup defense. That's something where you and your boys get together on a Friday night because it's warm and crispy outside and you want to play a pickup game, and that's the defense that you see. You
warm
do not
and crispy. Are we talking chicken?
Oh yeah.
Fried chicken. Now, see, that's where McKennie comes in.
Yeah, you mean I might as well.
Or what's it? No, what restaurant
Chipotle.
is it?
It's Chipotle.
Sorry, Chipotle. That's not fried chicken, is it?
It's like McKennie ate too much Chipotle and just was like farting. So he's like, "Hey, farts, let me get that extra foot or two of air."
It's like blame it on the chili.
I'm just telling. It's got to be something there. But the thing is again, so you're a professional team, guys. You do not. This is not how you mark stuff. And this is Marion's comment. I'm like trying to read this and I see your comment and I'm like chuckling now. I can't even keep a straight face. I love you guys. But that right there, that image right there to me literally just explains how our season's going. That is an atrocious defensive miscue. And then we move on to the next image here. So again, so I circled up pairings right here. So this is, I believe, Rugani and number 9. And then this is Bonucci and Cherry over here. Look at Alexandro again. Who is he guarding? Like, is he guarding Rugani's back? Like, it makes no sense because Sandro's right there.
Yeah,
Why?
again, he's just like really tight.
He's really tight with Rugani for no reason because he's not involved in the play. And then Rabiot still hasn't even noticed that he's
still
wide
just,
open.
like,
He's just kind of looking at it like, oh, and he says it in his
fearless leader right there.
and it's like, yeah, the fearless leader that literally deserves this.
So,
this guy stinks.
Like,
so this is kind of cryptic. We're talking about leaders here. Bim, he says, who wants to go to war with that leader? No wonder his expression was like that when he knew he was going to die. To me, this sounds like a war novel.
yeah.
I do not know what's going on right now. Bim, if you're here still, could you elaborate? Because it's interesting. I feel like I'm reading a novel.
But and then so like again, like literally Adzil literally just pops in and like for example Paredes and all of them, and he looks at Paredes and pretty much
Hello
goes
there.
like this, like just
Hello
gives him
there.
the old hello there from Obi-Wan Kenobi right there. It's absolutely insane because it's like, come on, guys. Like, how do you lose one man? There's 3 of you right here, and you lose one dude. And the thing is what makes it even funnier, guys, is it wasn't even a clean header. The dude bopped it with his back. Like, it rolled off his back.
Is it bad that I'm laughing?
No,
Should I
it's
not
not
be
bad at
laughing?
all because, I mean, it's funny. At the end of the day, it's hilarious. So, and then here's the action. So, again, this is a different camera angle of the action. So, this is right before the cross. So, again, Rabiot looking at the ball, McKennie looking at the ball, Paredes looking at the ball. 2 guys are running on their back shoulder. Like that is insane. Like to me, that you can blame coaching. I don't disagree with you on blaming coaching, but how much of that is player knowledge, like player football IQ? Like how much is that? Hey, I need to turn around and look at something. Like I need to look because how many times we play? How many times do we play with our friends and like they start, they receive the ball, they don't even look up and they start dribbling and do something stupid. How many times we tell our buddies to look up, look around? Even like for example,
because it's true.
yeah, because like even when I'm playing goalkeeper, center back, or whatever, I'm always yelling at the people at me. Hey, man, look around, look at your guy, watch your person. So like again, Alexandro here, you don't need to give Rugani that much defensive help. He is absolutely pinched in. And like this,
the question is, does one Sandro and one Rugani, equal a defender? With the 2 of them together, because they're each like half a defender approximately.
I guess that's.
Can they beat the sum of their parts and become like one?
I guess that's.
I think that's what's happening here. They're like trying to smash 2 guys in to like one position.
Yeah, I guess, and I guess it might be what Sheriff is saying about canceling the corridor play, but like at the same time, what? Like these players, like to me, it's just like either Allegri is legitimately telling these guys step by step on how to move, which, dude, this is terrible. Like if you're a professional head coach and this is how you're telling your players to mark up, that is insane. That is absolutely insane. Because the thing is like pinching in Sandro right here with Rugani makes no sense. Because I get
because Buddy's there running in.
Yeah, and then like again. I don't know what Cuadrado is doing here because he doesn't even indicate or yell, or even if these guys aren't paying attention, Cuadrado should pinch in to assist if he sees that an open play is coming that way. Because it is. Because again, you have 2 guys that are in this space right here. Because the thing is you play out of you get caught. Essentially, this is what it is. It's like it's like an L shape, like the L that Juve took that night. But it's like to me, I'm trying to understand Allegri's play here. Like I'm trying to understand what he's trying to do here, but this makes no sense to me because it's like, huh? Because even if you're playing a flat 4-4-2, you're supposed to. This is McKennie. You're supposed to be here. Like you're supposed to be there. Paredes is supposed to be in your position, and Rabiot is supposed to be a little bit here. If we're doing a 4-4-2. This doesn't look like a 4-4-2. So I don't get it. This to me is ridiculous. You don't leave this kind of bubble in your defending phase. You're just asking to get burned.
Yep. And I mean, there's just tons of space. Yeah, you just walk onto the ball and launch it, right? And it's kind of that was the second goal, right? When he did that, or is that still the first?
This is the first goal. I haven't even
Okay.
touched on the second one.
Okay, we
The,
haven't even
the
touched on
second
it.
goal,
Jesus.
so the second goal literally occurs in the same kind of breakdown in
Yeah, it
defensive
looks
phase.
very similar.
So it is ridiculously similar. So I just want to read some comments too, so I don't leave people behind. So it says the players are throwing Max under the bus because it seems like Max is doing the same. It's very obvious these players are not this bad. This is not even basic play football. Yeah, there's zero enthusiasm.
Yeah, and that's why it's so shocking because they are not this bad. They shouldn't be.
No, it shouldn't be at all. And it's like I don't understand Allegri's thought process here, especially on the defensive end. Because, like, I get it. So, like, for example, I get it if there's a really dangerous winger here and it's burning Rugani or Sandro, where then you need to do that additional help.
Yeah, it's at
It make
Sealy.
Yeah, it would be at silly. Not their number 9. Their number 9 should be marked by Bonucci.
Yeah.
Because even then, Bonucci, look at Bonucci. He doesn't have anybody. And then Rugani still, that's even bad placement by Rugani. Because the thing is Rugani stepping, essentially giving him 2.5 steps for him to start his run. If that ball was going to this number 9, and this guy would blow past Rugani, and Rugani wouldn't have the momentum to cover. So this is also on Rugani as well. Like this too. Because look, Danilo, Bonucci, and Sandro are all essentially in line. Look at Rugani from this angle.
Oh yeah, and then you can play him on side. Yeah, that's
Because the thing is if you're an elite striker, all you need is 1.5 step to start your run that a defender's giving you in this position. Because the thing is Sandro's already a half a step behind him. Rugani's giving him a 1.5 step of being on sides. If you're explosive, that's all you need. When that ball goes in the air, you're going, and it's one-on-one between you and Chesney. The only difference is this guy decided to shoot for Adzili instead of him. So it would have been the same result. It's ridiculous, man, Mark. It's because, like, you can blame Allegri for the tactics, which I am in full agreement with, where you can say, hey, Allegri, I'm criticizing you for the way that you're playing your players out there as well. But at the same time, these players also have brains. They got to use them.
This is kind of what Marian's saying here, that yeah, the mistakes are tactical, so we can for sure blame Allegri on the first place, and then the players for the lack of grinta.
Because the thing is,
I mean, yeah, that's still the thing. We have to blame everyone. There's no one person, and it's just a big mess. Just a big mess. But sorry, go on.
No, you're fine. So, like, the thing is like, when it comes to coaching, as a coach, as a manager, it is your duty to put your team in the best position to win. Allegri did not with this setup. With this lineup, he put us in a terrible position. But and then also, it's on the players to as well as make plays, to do the difference making, to do things. So this was a colossal failure on both sides. Allegri didn't put us out to successfully to win, didn't game plan properly. That I am agreeing with, and we can criticize on it. But at the same time, we also need to hold the players accountable as well. Like, for example, a bad defensive mishap right there by Rugani. That, if it was number 9 that scored that goal for Maccabi, that is 100% on Rugani because of the positioning you put him in. But again, even with our midfielders, why we're playing in out of position, McKennie, that guy right there that's crossing the ball is McKennie's mark, because McKennie is technically the right mid in this game.
Yeah.
In theory,
there's just nobody out there. Nobody.
Yeah. So, and that's my thing is, not McKennie, but like Allegri didn't put the squad in a good position right there. So it's like, it's just, you're putting a center midfielder to watch the right mid where he clearly can't watch the right mid, and you get something like this. So moving on to the next image. So again,
just a point too, just to interject, because I thought this one was interesting from Bim with the cryptic message initially that I still don't know what he's talking about. Yeah, so Allegri gives the big picture tactics and lets the players express themselves, and it's disasters when we don't have players with good vision like Di Maria or Pogba. And then he backs that up with saying, and Montolivo said that how Allegri gives his instructions.
Which I get that, because there's a thing too, because like there's one of the things that I've seen as well as like the personality of the players. They're just kind of more so clueless. Like the thing is like you look at that and you can't what McKennie did right there, what Paredes is doing, what Rabiot's doing, what Sandro's doing. No coach in the world, even Pep Guardiola, wouldn't be able to train someone to do that. I mean, Pep Guardiola would just bench you or sell you in the next window. But like
I mean, that's
that's stuff.
something you see on the Disney Channel with Ted Lasso.
Yeah,
Fixing that kind of stuff with their with that lady there that comes in. What's her name?
yeah.
Have you watched it yet?
Not
I'm gonna
yet.
ruin it. That's
I've
season 2. I won't ruin it. Never
Yeah,
mind.
but no, they've I've been getting notifications to watch it, but I've
Just
been
watch,
like on the
man.
back burner. I need to
Just do it.
watch it. We should. You know what we should do?
A
We should
watch
just do
along?
a watch along. We
I've
can't
already
though.
watched it twice.
But you know what if we just do like because the new
We
season's
can do it
coming
in
out.
Discord. If you join the
Yeah,
Discord, we can do it
do a
offline.
watch along and then we'll like do a review video, like reviewing that. But
And there's the
let me.
barcode for the Discord if you want to get in. Also in the description. I mean, and that's the thing you can do. We can share screens and do kind of a low. Maybe we shouldn't. I mean, legalities. Somebody that doesn't live in a country that cares can stream it.
So Sharif, I don't really think he allows them to play their football. We had Vlahovic, top scorer, and Bremer, the best defender. And look at them. I think Bremer's not doing terrible. I think Bremer's doing well. I think the thing with Vlahovic is like I think there's a couple of factors that go into Vlahovic. So one, because again he's playing at a bigger club, more matches. There's more film on him now than there was at Fiorentina. Because Fiorentina, when he was there, he was only playing one time a week. There's numerous factors with Vlahovic. Allegri's part of it. I don't want to say Allegri's completely destroyed Vlahovic, because guys, we got to remember Vlahovic is a 22-year-old. He's young, man, and especially being on a not so great team and a bunch of other things too definitely affect his morale. So there's multiple things with him as well. But I don't disagree that some of the ways that Allegri's putting the team up, he's essentially setting them up to fail, because I want to build on that one comment that said that Allegri gives the big picture and lets the players kind of express themselves. The reason why that worked prior to Allegri 1.0 per se is it makes sense because look at the players that we had on the roster. You had
And we did
playmakers on
talk
the
about
field.
this a
Yeah,
couple weeks ago.
we did for sure. So that's an interesting concept. I think it was Bim that said that. But no,
Yeah.
I definitely agree because the thing is when you have intelligent players on the pitch, when you have a Marquisio, when you have a Pirlo, the coach really says, here's the lineup, and those guys essentially dictate the play on the pitch. Because the thing is if you're at the touchline, me as a coach, I can't be able to yell from where I'm at to Vlahovic all the time because, dude, there's 40,000+ people in the stadium yelling. So there's only instances where my voice will be able to get through to them.
So, and I know this is controversy. I don't really want to get into it, but, and I'm sorry, my chair now randomly squeaks. I got to fix that as well. Sorry, guys. But Conte, he will stand there and yell at these mofos and just light a fire under their ass. That's the kind of coach I think the team needs, whether it is Conte or anybody like him.
Yeah,
It just feels to me that that's the direction they need.
that makes sense because the reason is like, so with Conte and the previous Juve team versus the Conte and this team, if he were to come here, I think he'd be more successful currently with the squad that he has right now at this Juve than the previous Juve, because again, the previous Juve, you had Pirlo, you had Bonucci, or not Bonucci, but you would have Chiellini, Buffon, players that have their own personalities, that have essentially their own like their own swagger per se. Whereas like these guys, they're more so of your younger, your more passive individuals, where Conte coming in with them with a beat stick, they'll be more, again, because Conte, guys, if you watch the Tottenham preseason training clips of what Conte does to these guys, like if they mess up one thing, they're running suicides up and down the field. Like it is insane the training that
Love
those
it. I
guys
love
do.
it. I love coaches like that.
Yeah,
Personally.
so like I remember there was a clip where you see like Kane and Son literally on the verge of passing out. Like the dude is absolutely like, I will give Conte this, man. He is insane at training people. Like he is very good at doing that. Like that is one thing that we have to give Conte absolute props for.
Oh man, Bim again with the military reference. And I love Band of Brothers, by the way, one of the best series. I'm not a big TV guy, but I do love Band of Brothers. It was fantastic. He's saying I had to make sure. Is that the blonde one? Band of Brothers LT Dyke images. I'm sorry, this is completely an aside.
So this comment's
I don't know
interesting.
that one. Man, now I got to see which one Dyke is.
So NES Tecmo says more than half the games Allegri started Weston as right mid. Use a different formation. If the players aren't there, the players won't be at his best. They're not thinking or they're not reacting. Also, I want to add into that. I don't think McKennie knows how to play as a right mid. Like that's the other thing too. I don't think he understands. Like everyone says,
No.
McKennie's versatile. I think McKennie's only versatile in the center of the pitch, center mid, center back. That's it. I don't think he's. I don't see him as anything outside of that. And again, Allegri's playing these players out of position, and they don't even understand how to play the position that they're being put in. So one of those things where I'm saying it's Allegri failing at putting his team in a position to win, but also there's some times where the players make mistakes, continuous mistakes. And again, that all gets tied up with the coach because, that's kind of ironic if he did die.
Ventrone, I got to look this up now.
Yeah.
Did you spell that right?
I think he might have.
It's not coming up.
So he says Weston's a right center mid. Yeah, so that's essentially him not being at the touchline. That's essentially him being on the right half of the center midfield to about like a quarter of that. That's where I think Weston's probably at his best. But like the way that Allegri plays him is he's playing him as a wide right mid where essentially he's hugging the right touchline where he's going up and down, where a center mid, you have the box to box movement, but it's not per se, you're not responsible for wide man duties. So he put him in as a right mid this game against Maccabi, and it just made no sense for me. But
I just looked it up. Yeah, he died. Ventrone. It's not Ventrone. It's Ventrone. No e in there.
How old was he?
He was born in 1960.
Oh, he's
82. Did I get that right? 40, 62? In my math.
Yeah.
You just asked me to do math on the spot.
No, that's fine.
Born in 1960, so 40 plus 22. Yeah, 62.
All right, and then so KB says Conte would be great. His UCL track record is horrendous. I don't think we do good with a returning coach. Yeah, no. Conte is the guy that leads a rebuild. I don't think he's a guy that takes your team over the top. League-wise, he's great, but like as far as pushing it forward into the European stages, I don't think he's I don't think he's like the greatest as far as getting people into the European elite. So yeah, I agree with that. And then Frankie says McKennie becomes prime Dempsey when he's against Mexico. Why can't he do it for Juve? Well, there's like a motivation factor whenever the United States plays against Mexico. We all know that.
True. Yeah.
Like McKennie I remember watching a game where McKennie looked like Zidane, and I'm like, dude, like, why can't he do that with us?
Yeah, all right. Game's just way bigger on players' hearts. So.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think Pulisic's sister was watching that game, so.
Oh boy, and he's from Texas too, right? So that's, that used to be Mexican territory.
Absolutely.
There you go. There's some history there.
All right, so again, continuing the next image. So this is right before the ball gets kicked. Look at this in your box. You can't. That's intolerable. You can't have something like that happen at all. All right, and then the cross goes in. So here's the ball. Look at him, wide open. And this becomes a rugby scrum over here. And then I think that's Rabiot just looking at the ball flying, still not looking at him. Don't know why. And then this is the second goal, but you guys understand what happens. He literally hits it terribly, hits it with his back, and then it goes off, and Szczesny couldn't keep it out. And I still think Szczesny needs to do some push-ups to be able to push that out, because that wasn't a power header. That was a back roller. That's atrocious. Because he had his hand on it and he pushed it in the net instead of pushing it out. So that's terrible reactions by Szczesny. Really, really terrible. But I think Szczesny might have expected him to head it near side versus far side, because he didn't even head it. He literally just doinked it off his back. And then Jeremiah says, your thoughts? Sack Max, hire Tudor or Sousa as an interim, plus Lippi as an advisor to an interim. Cheapest realistic solution, in my opinion. Yeah, but would Tudor do it, though?
Yeah, and I don't know. Sousa, is he the one that just got sacked from Benfica? What's his background?
No, I think Porto. Sousa, because what's his face? The German coach is doing Benfica right now.
Yes, yeah. But who's the guy before that?
Tudor?
Was it two? No, Benfica. Sorry, I'm just trying to like rack my brain.
We should text Adrian. He
Yeah,
knows.
I need to do my homework on on Sousa to see where he. I'm
Yeah.
trying to look it up right now. His stats.
So
Flamengo.
the thing is with Tudor guys is like I don't think the club and Tudor are on good terms. Just because of the whole Pirlo situation. So there was a rift between Tudor and Pirlo where the club put Tudor as Pirlo's assistant to kind of guide and mentor Pirlo, and Pirlo gave Tudor the cold shoulder, and Tudor left in January of 2021. And then he said himself, he's like, I'm never going back to a big club. So, I mean, you could argue and say Marseille is a big club because that's where he currently is, and he's actually doing fairly well with them. But I don't think Tudor would leave Marseille to come and do an interim job with us.
Yeah, not right now. Why would he?
It's a good idea financially. Like, I agree with you there. But, like, at the same time, would we have to look at it from Tudor's shoes where it's like, I'm in France, I'm getting some experience, I'm taking a Marseille team and putting them in a good position in League One. Why would I do that? Why would I take a Juve job for 6 months when I'd have to look for another job again? Like, it's just, I get it and it makes sense, but that's one of the things. Cause like, again, if we sack Allegri, we're on the hook for his contract, and then we have to hire in Tudor for 6 months, and then we have to look for another coach again. So
you want some random I got some random Sousa facts here just because I'm looking up, and I feel like I need to do it. July 1st, 94, left Sporting CP to join Juventus for 4.4 million. Stayed for 2 years and left to Borussia Mönchengladbach. No, Dortmund. Borussia Dortmund. Sorry, I don't know why. Man, why would I say that? Dortmund. He went to Dortmund. There you go. There's some Sousa facts there back in the day.
All right, and then he says Tech is a bookkeeper of a beekeeper housekeeper because he can't be a goalkeeper. Yo, hey, we about to drop the biggest mixtape of all time right here. Bars. All right, he says he has no charisma, doesn't communicate, doesn't scream with position defenders. Had one great season with Buffon, left to PSG, and that's it.
And that's the other part of Michigan in him.
Yeah, I know. It's the 313. It's the 8 Mile. Mom spaghetti. But Tech, yeah. I mean, Tech's weird, man. He's got instances where he can save PKs and then he just can't do basic saves.
He's been out too. I wonder too. He hasn't really had a chance to get into any sort of groove.
Yeah, I don't think
that's got to play a bit.
I would think so. Because there's sometimes, guys, when you're goalkeeping, like there's sometimes where the ball just moves at you weird and you think you have it and then it just rolls on your gloves or something like that, man. Because that, like, I'll tell you guys, like, firsthand when I'm keeping, I'll have some stuff that it just rolls on me really funny, or like some dude kicks the ball, puts a ridiculous spin, or he kicks the shot, it hits like a little lump in the grass and it lumps over me or something like that. Like, goalkeeping,
there's lumps on your pitches over there too. Like,
yeah,
they're not smooth. They come at the face.
So touche, that's what she said. But but
oh man,
yeah. So it's like there's stuff like that where it's just the train. But it's funny because as I said, that's what she said. You'll hear a toot toot. But yeah, there's instances like that. But again, it was twice where it just literally goes off Tech's hand and he couldn't force it out. So it is on Tech to an extent. So I also agree with that as well. But also the defense is absolutely atrocious. And then Sharif says, yeah, but the ball always rolls. That's why you have amazing goalies, good goalies, and average goalies. Yeah, but we're not saying Tech is an amazing goalie, though.
He's a good
I don't think he is. He's a good goalie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes he is even amazing, but that's only sometimes.
No, for sure. And then Tech is Lewandowski's biggest nightmare. That's funny.
Yeah.
No, it should be Milik, guys. Milik's going to take the starting job at the World Cup. We're calling it here. No. God, dude, Lewandowski, those last 10 minutes against Inter, that dude looked possessed. Like, if you guys saw his eyes.
But think about it. Milik can score for Juve. Nobody else can do that. Why would you not put him as your primary striker?
It'd be so funny. I'm sorry, but like, could you imagine if Milik gets more World Cup goals than Lewandowski in this tournament? Like, you know how crazy that would be? Because for sure,
I think that's a betting line.
I think it is going to be a pretty decent betting line. KB says Perine is better than Tech. Yeah, we know.
At the current moment, yes.
But
Yeah, parent MVP and replaced by an unfit Tech. How should he feel? I feel because he knows perhaps that he's the second goalie, that he is supposed to step back when the primary goalie is healthy. But I think after these past two performances, at least I as a coach I'm putting Perrin in on the weekend.
yeah, well, and the other thing too that Allegri should have did was he should have eased Tech back into it instead of throwing him back into important
But
games
this
off rip.
this is an Allegriism.
Yeah,
Throwing
that is
the guys back into it.
Yeah, it is an Allegriism. But like, think about it though, because like any sport, if you got a guy that's got a hot hand, you run the hot hand until it stops, and then you make the adjustment. Because why would you not? Because like, I mean, dude, Perrine went head to head with Mbappe, Messi, and Neymar, and did fairly well.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, he did do pretty decent. I mean,
yes, I mean,
Mbappe, those guys do insane things. They were playing FIFA, like I said. But
exactly. So that's my thought there. Run the hot hand, but we're not the Juve management. If we did, we wouldn't be on the camera right now. We might
at
be.
this point, too, Allegri will always play his boys regardless. Yeah, the sons of Allegri, he does have his favorites. I think that is starting to become a real problem.
I think so too. I really do think he is. I think he's at one like 2 feet out of retirement. Yeah, and then Jeremiah says Tech given an automatic number 1. Perrine is on form, MVP, absolute favoritism by Max. These are tiny details that are causing massive rift in the squad. Yeah. Play the hot hand. That's all I can say. And he did refuse Donnarumma.
Yeah, but I'm trying to remember the exact. Like, did he outright say no, or was it one of those agreements with management with the price tag involved?
No, I think the team wouldn't have cared for the price tag because they would have moved Tech and recovered. Because I believe Arsenal and them were going to pay like 35 million for Tech.
Yeah, that's not bad. I got 50 million yesterday in FIFA, so I mean,
yeah,
you guys.
I know that was actually funny. I was like, because like I remember you're like, hey, I wonder how much I should tell Tech for, and then I was just like, put 50 million on there, and like you did, and it actually worked. I cried laughing.
And I only got a B rating for that too.
I can't believe they only give you a B rating for it. That's absolutely insane. If somebody
came to Juve right now and said 50 million Tech, I'd be like, here's my car as well. Take this Fiat. We need new blood, younger team. We are Juventus for Pete's sake. Yes. We did get younger though. I don't think the youngness is necessarily the issue at this point. Obviously, Di Maria, Pogba.
I mean, yeah, overall age-wise, we're actually pretty young. There isn't really too much outside of Bonucci, and then you could consider Cuadrado old per se. That's like consistently in the lineup, so there isn't really that many old dogs on the squad per
Sandro,
se. Well, yeah, Sandro
too.
He's 31, 32, but
he's
again,
not super old, but he's old enough.
Yeah, because I mean their contracts. So Cuadrado and Sandro's contracts are done at the end of the year, so those guys are practically done per se. So
yeah, that's not just us saying it. Like that came out in the news today.
Yeah, so like that for sure is going to be one way. Those guys are pretty much out, and then who's your oldest dude? Like Paredes at 29. So age wise, we're not that bad. So I don't see an issue with it age wise, squad age, because we're getting younger. I mean, we're not Milan young, but we're also not, 2018, 2019, we're ridiculously old.
Hinging on a 35-year-old Ronaldo.
Yeah, 37-year-old.
We haven't seen Gatti in a while either. Play Sule, Moretti, Fagioli, and Gatti. I mean, they're getting Fagioli not so much, but Sule got a fair bit of time yesterday, which is also a bit of a problem because he hasn't been given enough time. Now he's just getting thrown down into Champions League match, like try to do something, pissing in the wind.
Yeah, but the interesting thing is he threw Rugani in out of nowhere. It's just the whole squad selection makes no sense. I mean, at this point, since the season's practically wrapped as far as any major accomplishments, I think the one thing that he would want to do is probably start mixing in Sule, Moretti, and Fagioli in the game more. I mean, it wouldn't surprise. I wouldn't start doing it. Because
Um,
we're not going anywhere. It's fourth place or bust now at this point.
yeah, or Europa League final. Win that.
I don't know, man. I don't know if we can beat Barcelona after what I
Yeah.
saw today.
Remember or imagine. Sorry, imagine a Juve Barcelona final in the Europa League.
That would be
It'd be the
hilarious.
greatest Europa League final ever.
That would be hilarious.
Yeah,
Like I would die laughing because that's something that that's like taboo.
that would be
But
great. Oh
so
man, I mean, I almost just want to see that.
yeah,
Just to see it.
Jeremiah. So Jeremiah's asking your thoughts on my first 11, 3-5-2, Danilo, Gatti, Bremer, Paredes, Fagili,
Already
Rabiot,
on
Sule.
Torino, eh? Like simmer down.
I got
That's a whole other show.
I got an interesting take on the formation. I don't think it'll ever happen, but I actually sketched up a mock formation for sure to see where I think right now with what we have on the squad.
Dash is
So
playing virtual coach.
I know I'm playing virtual coach.
There was a video I put it up on Twitter today. I tweeted it out. It was an interesting, just a YouTube thing on how Italy is really stuck on a 3-5-2. Everyone else plays like the 4-3-2-1, and then we play 3-5-2.
It's on the Discord.
Yeah, put it on the Discord as well. Yeah.
And that's the interesting thing. I didn't expect, because I know the German league for sure plays the 4-2-3-1, but I did not expect the Premier League to be shifting to the 4-2-3-1. But granted,
everyone is Liga apparently.
Yeah, but PSG runs a 3-man defense right now currently. So they're the anti 3-5-2.
They're just the anti.
No, they're the 3-4-1-2.
Yeah. But they can also just be the anti everything because we don't like them. Nobody likes them.
No, I got you. For sure.
Europa League runners up for Juventus. We won't even get a second rate Barcelona, eh? We'll see. I doubt we would be past
Sheriff.
I mean, the way they've been playing the past couple of years. Conference League. I mean, we can be the new Roma.
We could, but I don't think we'd be able to fall into the Conference League. It's not possible. The Conference League would only be
unless
next
we
season.
finish 7th. Yeah, we could.
Yeah, that would be the only way we'd hit Conference League. But I haven't even.
Is there more of these horrible slides you need to show us? Or are we over?
Yeah,
where are we with this? Right.
This is the second goal. I got to go over the second goal.
We still haven't done the second.
Yeah,
goal. That's basically the same thing.
Like that's the crazy. But no, it is the same thing. So you have Adzil over here on the right side of the pitch, and then look, all three of these guys are ball watching again. This guy is literally sliding through Sandro's back shoulder, and then next image again. Sandro's like, oh crap, as the ball's moving towards them. But here's the funny thing about it: you have option. So you have three options.
Waving for like, look,
2,
I'm open.
3.
Open.
Yeah. So like they go to him. Sandro's like, oh crap, I have someone on my back shoulder that I should have probably been paying attention to. And Adzil says, cool, bet, easy money. Look at this. Look at all this space. Look at the net.
It was a nice shot too. Like I'll
it
give
was
credit.
And then this was the shot that we took that their goalie saved. It was like a ridiculous save, like off a corner kick, and then that'll be the end of it. But yeah, I mean, he jumped from full extension up to the top right corner to save that. So that goalie was like ridiculously on fire for sure.
His parents are so proud of him. 2 degrees and a championship goalie. Jeez.
I know. Jeez, man. And he won the Israeli championship. Won the Israeli championship last season. Whew. Say, guys, all you engineers watching, you guys got to get off your butts and start playing goalkeeper.
Yeah, you're going to get fat drafting all those tables. You got to get out there and play some footy.
He said, without context, that first image, you would think we were down to 10 men. You would think we're down to like 9.
I'm interested about your name too. NES Techno. Is that like Nintendo throwback?
Yeah, I wonder if that is. And then Frankie says, common theme, wingers breaking down Juve's defense. I wonder why, because nobody marks them properly. That's why.
Fullbacks are trash.
It's not even our fullbacks or whatever our wide players are.
Yeah, wide. I guess it is a 4-4-2. You would expect wide midfield. I don't even know the context of the 4-4-2 we play.
Yeah,
like what are those guys?
It's just 4 people. It's just 4 people that just stand in the middle of the park and do absolutely nothing. That's literally what it is. It's not like it's because the thing is like there's some 4-man midfielders that you have structure. Hey, you have this guy that's responsible for this space, this guy that's responsible for this zone, and you two do this.
It can be dangerous, like if it's set up well.
Yeah,
it can
which
be very dangerous.
Which I will show you a pretty decent 4-4-2 that might actually work, but I don't think Allegri is going to be watching the stream. So moving on to tactical board. So the one thing that I do think that might benefit with what we currently have right now is a 4-4-2 4-4-2 diamond. So again, you have Paredes and Fajoli interchange at the hole at your defensive midfield slot. The reason why I picked Fajoli is because Fajoli is a little bit slow. I don't think he's fast enough to be a box-to-box midfielder yet. And then you have Rabiot on the left, you have Locatelli on the right, and then you have, I prefer Moretti as your attacking midfielder or your chance creation midfielder, just from what we've seen from him. And then you have Vlahovic and Milik up here. Because the thing is we're not doing well on the width. We're sucking on the width, so we need to adjust on the middle of the middle of the park.
Go narrow is essentially what you're saying, because we can't play wide.
Yeah, for sure, because we can't play wide. We don't have a wide game, so stop trying to play wide, because it's just going to make us look stupid.
Because NES Tecmo, best NFL game ever, Super Tecmo Bowl on NES. I never did play that one, but there you go. It's a throwback.
That's interesting. I haven't either. I didn't even know that existed. But
it's confusing transfer move Paredes. Or looking for a defensive midfielder. That's basically
I mean, it made sense at the time, but how it's been executed, I mean, I'm glad it's just a loan with an option to buy. So, it's not make or break. But the thing is, so like I'll play the actions here. So kind of like an idea of an attack with this formation per se. So you'll see it. So again, Paredes has the ball. Everyone kind of moves up. And the thing is right here. So I'll pause it right here. Something that we don't see when we're attacking is we don't see any movement through the middle of the field. So like everything that normally would happen would be coming in from the width area. And then again, either the ball moves to Moretti can move it to Milik, and Vlahovic and Milik would interchange in theory. Essentially, that's how you would play it. But the thing is you're driving the ball through the middle of the field, because right now wide play isn't coming. It's not working for us. So we have to look at it from a different approach. And I'm thinking that we go through the middle and just play through the middle, because we have a crap ton of center midfielders that we're playing on the width for no reason whatsoever. So moving those guys over and having them play the ball through the middle, I think might do something at least. And it'll also help counterattack wise, because then we'll have numbers in the middle that we could just push in the opposite direction and push forward.
We're going to have to play that out on the FIFA, perhaps.
I want to try it out. I think it might work.
I haven't played a diamond since, I want to say, like, PES 2019.
Yeah. So, because the thing is the diamond died in like 2014, 2015.
It's too narrow.
It's too narrow because everyone's kind of gone into the new look of football where it's wide play, but we don't have it. And Jeremiah says, with all due respect to Maccabi, they are not a good team, but Max set us up to fail from the get-go. Yeah,
more or less. Yeah,
pretty much. There's no difference.
4-4-2 against a team you should have just attacked.
Absolutely dominated. But the thing is like we don't have wide play. I don't know why we're trying to do wide play. We can't.
We can't keep Di Maria healthy, and we have no Chiesa. I don't know. Why can't we? Got Kostic as well. We should be able to.
Well, I mean, you only have Kostic, and that's it. Who else? Di Maria's out.
Send this to Agnelli, who should be reviewing Allegri's.
Yeah, clip this and send it to Juventus. No. Hire me as their tactical guy.
We're going diamonds.
I know. But like the thing is like you look at it though, at this position with a 4-4-2 with an actual diamond, you're gonna, because the thing is it's gonna force teams to break you down on the width per se, and they won't be able to get easy balls through the middle like that, which is fine because if you have center backs that can head the ball out of danger, you're perfectly fine with this. But like I think offensively and moving forward, we need something in the middle because the width isn't working. If the width isn't working, you got to adjust because we can't even do a 4-2-3-1 because we have no wide players.
My only concern with this setup is our fullbacks are a little more exposed now. You're assuming your central midfielders are going to kind of defend back into that space, but
yep.
But I just don't think realistically with who we have and how we've been playing that would necessarily pan out.
No, I got you. So here's usually what happens. So say that Sandro's out of position, so then your Bremer would shift, Bonucci would shift a little bit here, and then Paredes would come in and fill the hole in a defensive thing, and then you'd have Rabiot that would cover. Locatelli would cover.
And that's
here.
where my concern is, right? With having those central midfielders. I mean, Rabiot could probably do it for a match, but Locatelli, I don't think he's really got the legs in him.
I mean, you've got Locatelli, McKennie.
That's one of the ones we swap out constantly.
Yeah. It's gonna be that where you interchange, of course. It's not gonna be,
But that's also part of the problem too in this setup, is you start wearing out certain players more than others, and you tend to always have to swap those guys out, right?
And the thing is too, like for example, I wouldn't be opposed to swapping Moretti out with Cuadrado as the center attacking mid, because I think that's where Cuadrado could probably be a little bit more dangerous per se. Because
McKennie could technically. Possibly.
McKennie could, but McKennie doesn't have a good final ball.
No,
Like
no,
we
he
can
doesn't.
we can talk as much smack as we want about Cuadrado, but there's one thing that Cuadrado can do is he can get a shot off, and he can also do a decisive pass when he decides to do it. So, like for example, even if you were to put Cuadrado up here, so hypothetically, say you have Dusan, Milik up here, then you'll have Cuadrado here, and then you'll have these guys here, and then these guys will move up over. So, and then like for example, the ball's here with Cuadrado. Cuadrado's playing as Moretti right now. Cuadrado can shoot, but he can also lay off the ball. So that's something that you want to have. And when Pogba comes back, that would be Pogba's role in theory.
Yes, yeah, for sure. Well, he is number 10.
Yeah. Niket says also a 4-3-3 could work because of the people we
Yes.
have. My problem with
it hasn't though, but because we haven't
Yeah.
tried it.
because
I
right
love
now
4-3-3.
the 4-3-3 is great. McKennie is not playing in his natural position, KB, but the 4-3-3 is great. I just don't think we have the proper personnel for it. That's my only thing with it because like Rabiot is great for a 4-3-3. Paredes is great for a 4-3-3. Locatelli's fine. It's just the issues I have is with the wing play. So when we're doing a 4-3-3, we're putting Cuadrado or Di Maria out, who isn't consistent there. Where Kostic, I'm not worried about Kostic. It's this side here that becomes an issue. Because the thing is they'll be pushing at us, and if Cuadrado's caught up here, and then you leave Danilo on the island alone, which he was. So, like for example, if we go back over here, so like the thing is my concern with it is that Danilo's left on an island because there's no one tracking back to cover. That was the same issue we had when we had Ronaldo with us. Nobody was tracking down to cover Alexandro, and Alexandro was just getting left on an island to die. So the thing with the 4-3-3 is it's great, especially if you have the fluidity to do it. The only problem with it is again having the players and this personnel to come back and cover it and hold that area down. Because the thing is when you're going here, it's just you have this gap here that makes absolutely no sense and you can't play it. So it just exposes you defensively if you're not executing it properly.
Which we aren't because our fullbacks can't play 4-3-3.
Yeah. And we're getting shredded because of it.
So I know we said we'd do a college show. We still have some time to do that. Was there more, or should I get the link out here?
I mean, no, I'm all set.
Okay. I mean, every time you say we're going to do something quick with Maccabi, was that a... Oh, man, I think I had a tick on my hand. It is tick season. I just smashed it away, but those things are brutal. Bastards. Anyways, if you don't have to live through ticks, you've done all right. Okay, yeah, so there's the link. Sorry, completely off track with those. I'm not afraid of bugs. I just really hate ticks because of what they do. So the link's out there. If you want to drop in like we did the other night, we're going to try to do this more often, especially when there's bad games where you just want to let it out, cry a little, or whatever, yell. Emotions, let things out. But, I mean, it's up to you. Come in, come out. There is a bit of news I'll go over just quickly here.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to talk, if you guys want to talk about news, you want to talk about formations, if you guys want me to pull up the tactical pad, yeah, if you guys want me to pull up the tactical pad, I'll let you guys guide me to the tactical pad.
So, and some of this is stats too. So, worst UCL start ever for Juventus. Bad stats. That's another new bad stat for us. Positive stat for Maccabi, anyways. Their first UCL win since 2002. 20 years since they've won in the UCL. Thanks to us. That's like giving Monza their very first Serie A win. So, Di Maria, his medical is tomorrow. Early projections are 40 days. I'm going to say tomorrow you're going to have a lot more solid of a number than whatever 40 days is right now. Okay, SMS. He made the news here the past couple days. Juve are looking to get him in January again. I don't know how credible this news is. It's just always is the news. It will always be the news until we get him. It's going to be another Milik situation.
Yeah. The money makes no sense.
Okay, and then that's the thing. So, Lotito now said, no, he's not worth 100 mil. He's now worth 120 million.
He's like, it's not worth 120 mil, and he's not worth 80 mil. He's worth 79.9 mil.
Who is going for $120 million in 2022? Okay, maybe an Mbappe. He might actually cost more than that, to be fair. But
Yeah.
other than that, maybe Neymar. Neymar might be worth 120.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean,
Who's
his
worth
salary.
120? Not SMS.
I mean,
Love him. He's a great player. He is not worth 120. That
I mean,
guy is completely, and I know why he's doing it. He's
wait,
he's trying to give so ridiculous a number that he's just saying you're ridiculous. You're not getting him.
yeah. Well, I mean, Moise Keane was worth 30 million. So
35, 30, 35. Anyways, that's dumb. So Agnelli has said that no one is safe, basically up until the World Cup break, until winter. Are these empty threats? I don't know. It will be interesting if he says no one is safe, and then we go on with this form the next 6 weeks, whatever it is, and nobody gets fired. I'm calling bullshit right now. I would actually, and I know this news is kind of divided. This is just my opinion. I don't know. Am I crazy?
No.
Do I think people should get fired?
No, I think so. I mean, I'm not saying it should be an entire clean house, but I think there's got to be some adjustments that have to be made because none of this makes sense, to be honest with you. Like,
and I don't think it's so much about people getting fired. I guess it's him publicly like putting people on the chopping block.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is what is weird is because remember when Allegri got released the first time was like oh yeah, he's going to continue next season and blah blah blah, and then like because they said that when we got eliminated by Ajax, they said he's going to continue, they're going to keep him, and then in like April they're like, oh yeah, Allegri's out, he's done. So like they said it a month later, so it wouldn't surprise me. So like I mean, at this point, hey, they said we're going to support Sarri and Pirlo, and then like 12 hours later they got the sack. So I mean, at this point we can only speculate. We don't know what's going on, and it's weird. A lot of people were saying that, and Yelly's like saying that, hey, we should do this or do that, and then changes his mind entirely. My favorite is when it's not John Elkin, but I think it was Lucio Elkin was saying that the Elkins should step in and fire Agnelli and Allegri. I was like, oh, now that's scorched earth. And then play Thiago Motta's 8-2-1 formation. He did that with Spezia, I think.
Oh, that's not that nice of a. I wanted to scroll. I'll make it scroll. Bam, scrolling. Sorry, guys. Just thought I made it. Like lines are open. I'm gonna just scroll this now. Lines are open. Like we're talking on the telephone. Like it's 1994 or even 2002, the last time Maccabi won a UCL game. Yeah, how many people that's always an interesting, this is an old man question. I love these old man questions once in a while. How many people in here were born after like landlines? Before landlines still exist, you know what I'm saying? But like they're not cool anymore. You only get landlines at work, you know what I'm saying? So who has grown up in an era where like your family doesn't have a landline? Is that now a thing? Have you gotten to that point? I'm just asking for an old man here. I'll move on. I don't think Dash, are you even listening to me?
No, I'm listening.
You just zoned out.
I was just trying not to laugh because landlines.
You're tripping me out, man. Give me some feedback.
He went full landlines on that one. He's like, yeah, how many of you guys are born after landline? Could you imagine asking like an 18-year-old, hey man, do you know what a landline is? We'll be like, huh?
Well, no, they do exist though, but I'm saying like in the household.
I
have one at work. Yes, I picked up a phone and I called people.
Yeah, I mean, I get that, but like, I'm just saying, like, at this point, everybody and their dog has a cell phone. I mean, you even got an iWatch for their dog.
But there's still people that have landlines in their homes.
Well, yeah, I'm sure businesses do have them, and then you have like people that are out in the middle of nowhere with no cell service that have a landline.
No, I'm talking about people in the city with cell service still have landlines. It is still a thing. Guarantee it. I know.
No, I bet you can. Like they come through cable lines and stuff like that. It's just more so I've seen it. I've seen it business wise.
He had one at the beginning of his childhood. He's 21 now.
Not that old. He'll be 21 at the end of the month.
Yeah,
Just
so
say, hey,
I'd imagine some of the kids growing up now don't have an because it
It's like-
used to be like the generation before us is it's like, oh, you guys don't even know what a rotary phone is, and I'm like, oh,
yeah, we do.
I do, yes, but
Yeah.
you know, like that old man, you don't know, you weren't born yet.
Okay, boomer. Well, you know, because think about it though, because like years of my generation, like we're the weird ones because like we like kind of came into the 90s where there's like, you know, your Super Nintendos, your Nintendo 64s, and then
Yeah.
like
I'm
your
old enough to have had an NES. It just still
Yeah.
exists in the family.
So like we went from like game cartridges to where you had to blow on them to get them to work.
Cartridges?
Cartridges, you know, tomato.
Oh,
But like, you
man.
know, where you had to blow on your N64 game or your NES game to make it work, and then
Yeah.
next thing later you go on to Xbox and PlayStation where you had to buy rubbing alcohol from the dollar store to clean your discs because they would get dirty. And then now
it
we're
comes
at
from
like
the cloud, man.
yeah, now it comes from the cloud. It's like
What,
and then
what
remember
even is the cloud, man?
yeah,
It
it's
just comes
and
from
then
space.
well, and then the funny
That's
thing
the old man.
yeah, and then the funny thing too is like think about it, Dave, with like cell phones too, because like they had like these huge like bricks that were like those
I
Motorola
had those.
bricks.
Yeah. My dad had
Yeah,
one of
so
those.
those, and then like a pager was apparently like the coolest thing at the time back then, and then we went to like that Motorola Razor that was like that flip phone, and
The
then now
OG flip, yeah.
and now we've got these like bricks that are like
4 cameras on it?
supercomputers. Yeah, well, it's for my job per se because I do a lot of
How many cameras are on that?
no, it's 5.
5?
Yeah.
Jesus. Wow.
Samsung S22 Ultra, guys. Things a beast.
I also would like to say that we are probably the only, at least English speaking Juve channel out there that does not rock the Apple products, other
Yeah.
than Kevin and Farhad. But I mean, they're over there.
That's where
we're
the
not
YouTube guys.
Apple. We do this like blue collar folk down here.
Yeah, blue collar stream guys.
Okay.
Okay,
Man, that's brave throwing your age out there.
yeah. So
Right
Niket grew up with the Atari, dude. Oh my gosh, I don't know if you know this,
Nice.
Niket, but there was a game called E.T. that was like the rarest game.
Oh
ever.
yes, there's a documentary
E.T.
on it.
Yeah, the documentary about that. I was trying so hard to get my hands on it, and then the pandemic happened, and like they just became
that got
ridiculously
smashed,
expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing too, man. Like that's the one thing about the COOF. Like the amount I say COOF because I don't trust the YouTube algorithm, but the thing is like what is it? Pokemon cartridges games, like all those like Nintendo games.
Okay, you
I
don't even
can't,
say
damn it.
cartilage like what's in your nose,
I know,
right?
I know. I don't know why I'm doing it. It's weird, okay?
All right,
But like,
so the tick is on my monitor. Hold on, guys. All ticks will die. I am not against animal cruelty, but ticks eat my dogs, my pets.
he's about to fly swat it live on camera, exclusive at the Touring Giants. Fly swatting.
I wonder, could I get where the hell did
Yeah,
you
see,
go,
NES says I still have to blow my Legend of Zelda cartridge.
Yeah, I never
hey,
got to Zelda. But
which
yeah.
which one is it? Is it Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask?
I lost the bastard.
Oh, you know what would be interesting? So I'm actually about to pick up an Elgato shortly. Like, I wonder, what if I did like a mini series where I stream like N64 games?
Elgato what? That's a company, not a product.
No, the Elgato stream service. Like, there's this like box where you plug in an HDMI cable to it, and it'll pull like video feed from your console. So like you can stream games off
No, I
it.
have one of those Streamlinks. Yeah.
Yeah,
Elgato's just the name brand.
Yeah, so like I wonder, would you guys like? I'm curious for the viewers, man. Like, if I were to pick one of those up and start streaming N64 games, like would there even?
I could probably mail you one, man.
Oh, you've got one of those?
Yeah, I got one.
Oh,
okay. We'll talk. Whatever. Won't bore. We'll talk.
Yeah,
later.
we'll talk offline. But yeah, no, because we're definitely adding a more gaming aspect to the channel too. Because the reason why we're thinking about it is because there's going to be the summer where there's not that much Juve news, and also like winter breaks and stuff like that. So we want to keep it spicy with the content, so it's not
So the Christmas winter break, whatever you guys call it.
Yeah,
I go full bum mode, like full. Don't wash myself. I don't even know why my wife stays in the house with me.
Whoa.
Like, we'll have some fun, guys. Don't worry.
Oof. Big oof. But yeah, no, because we're thinking about like kind of broadening our horizons while we're waiting, for any news or the seasons or anything to kick back up again. So like we're also going to be looking at expanding into like a gaming section because we don't want to do daily live shows where Oh, hey, Dave, anything new on the news today? No? All right, cool. Let's rant about Allegri sucking for an hour every single day during Christmas. Like,
for the next 27 days, we're just gonna
yeah,
say the exact same thing and just
because
hate ourselves more and more each day.
yeah, like we'll of course we're not gonna stop doing Juve stuff, but like we'll do Juve stuff, but it's not gonna be like every single day we're doing a 2-hour live stream talking about like random stuff.
Like today.
Yeah. Oh,
Like
he's got
today.
the NES gold card.
No,
Oh, he's
you
got the
don't. Pictures or it doesn't
dude.
happen.
Oh, that thing is so rare. Hey man, you gotta join the
We need
Discord and
pics. We
you
need
gotta
pics.
flex that out. You gotta flex that on the Discord.
Oh man, that is cool. That's like a nerdgasm right there.
I know for sure because I am huge in collecting
Okay.
the OG game
Should,
stuff.
should I throw in a little more Juve here? I got like 3 more things before we're like completely off the deep end.
Yeah, I mean it looks like we don't have any takers, so let's go for it.
It is what it is. I mean, it started later. It's almost my bedtime. That's why I don't like doing it late. I'm up at 5 in the morning, so try to be a responsible adult and get my 8 hours of sleep if at all possible. But anyways, that's why I can be so lively. No, it's
I
not.
know.
No. It's you, Dash. You make me excited.
Oh, I'm touched.
So moving on.
Hey,
Allegri.
you better watch out. Frankie might clip that out of context because he's watching. He might hit us with a "Hey yo."
We need more Frankie in our lives.
Oh,
I
hey,
think.
Sharif has one last thing. What is it, Sharif? You leaving us on a
Okay, we'll wait.
cliffhanger?
So Allegri is still here due to lack of options, and those options are, I don't know where, according to an intermediary who, whatever that means. I mean, this is nonsense news. I'm just saying it because it's there. Pochettino and Souza. I think we've heard those names, but
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't want to get on that just yet. I want to hear something a little more concrete. And our last stat for the day, the most exciting: 10 away losses. Let's move on.
I'm out. Just get up and just leave midstream. I'm like, that's it. That was
it.
that was the big thing. That was the thing. Come on, man.
Done. The window was closed. We
All
were
right,
done.
so Sharif has decided to not tease us anymore, and he says, expect things to change after the shareholders meeting in the end of October. I'm with you there. I agree because that's pretty much towards the World Cup, the beginning of the World Cup. So that's where we're gonna like, and I think that aligns with our prediction that we made 3 or 4 weeks ago, Dave, when we said that like, guys, nothing's gonna happen right away. If something happens, it's gonna be pre-World Cup. So, yeah,
We'll see. And
especially the stat that he just threw up, we lost more than 50% of our value, and Elkin just signed a $1 billion tax statement. So Daddy Elkin is pissed.
Dances, did we just get our first resident financier?
Did we?
Did we?
I hope so.
I hope so.
Sharif, you're officially hired as our finance guy.
Frankie is looking forward to the World Cup. Yeah, he's a big Mexico fan. Yeah, see Mexico make it to the round 6 and get paired against Brazil like 2018.
Dude, oh my god! As long as you guys don't do Chucky Lozano hype again, I'll be fine with it because you guys were hyping him up ridiculously.
He scored today.
He did.
Sure. He did score. Yeah,
I think he scored against Ajax, but
yeah.
oh my goodness, like everyone was touting him to be like the next Mexican Messi, and I was like, bruh, like chill. You're gonna put so much pressure on this kid.
Lafont.
And then
who's Lafont?
I'm still on a probation period for him. I don't know. We should just shortlist him and check him out.
And that's another thing for the few of you still listening. Actually, quite a few of you still. Thanks. Just listen to us ramble at this point. But anyways, the FIFA 23 career mode. I will be booting it up. I don't know tomorrow. Okay, here's another thing. It's Prime. It was a Prime Day deal, whatever nonsense the past couple days. I got myself the racing wheel, guys. I broke down. It was a good price. I got the racing wheel. I'm a big F1 fan. I'm going to try it out. I'm going to, instead of streaming FIFA like I should be doing tomorrow, I might just stream some F1 with my new racing getup and see. I don't know. Laugh at me because I'm not going to have a clue how any of it works yet. But anyways, we'll try that. I'm definitely playing F1 tomorrow. Join if you want.
Yeah. And then Frankie says Edison Alvarez is the new hype guy now. So funny. Hey, no, because think about it though, because like every World Cup Mexico has like a Lord and Savior player. Like I remember like it was 2014, it was Ochoa, 2018 it was Chucky, and then now it's gonna probably be Alvarez. And then like they hype up the dude because he does like one crazy game or an amazing game. They hype up the poor guy, and then he just absolutely crashes and burns. Like,
Yeah.
ah, man, I just it's funny, but like, oh my god, if Ochoa, I think Ochoa is still going to play this World Cup, which is actually insane, man. He's like Buffon level of just longevity. Like he still plays. I think he plays in the MLS. So that'd be funny. And then KB says he can help us with the gaming portion of the channel. Oh, cool.
Nice. All right, we got some takers. Here we go. Alban Lafont. He is rated 80, potential of 85. He's only 23. All right, value of 18 million. I like this. Okay, good call. That might just be the guy to sneak in there. It's yeah, I don't know. I'll have to.
Is
move
oh,
some
okay,
more
cool.
guys.
Ochoa's playing in Liga
Is it?
MX.
See, it knows. You see my ads. I should be using it in my
Dave,
browser.
we should sign Ochoa in FIFA for fun.
Ochoa. Okay, how do we spell that?
It's in the chat. It's OCHOA.
ACHOA.
OCHOA.
Oh my god. OCHOA. Oh my god.
Right here. I'll highlight the chat. I'll highlight the chat for you.
I got it. Ochoa. Guillermo Ochoa. FIFA 23. Guillermo? That's a hard one.
He's the captain of America. I didn't expect him to be playing for America. That's interesting.
Overall
hey, you know,
rating of 80 with potential of 80. He's 36.
Yeah. Hey, there we go. We're signing him up as a backup keeper, as their third backup
we still
keeper.
Have Perlin.
Yeah, but we'll make Perlin the starter and put Ochoa as the backup. Do it.
Perlin's a 79. Actually, I should look up Perlin to see if he's got potential. And just like.
You know, but the thing is, though, every World Cup there is a game where Ochoa plays absolutely out of his mind. Like it's like a given. So like I just want to be able to watch that game because Ochoa, man, like I remember the Matrix memes where he's just standing and holding the bullets out like that when he played that game against Brazil in 2014. Like, yeah, he is like I think he is legitimately like a Buffon. Not like I'm not saying like the greatest goalkeeper of all time, but like definitely Buffon with longevity, man. Like Ochoa is still kicking it.
I should stop sharing that. I looked up Perlin as well. 79, potential of 80. I mean, he's a good backup. Yeah, Cho, I should pay more attention. Like I alluded to the other night there, I haven't really seen anything from Mexico. And any of the World Cup qualifying games, I didn't get to watch much of it. It was just always had a horrible time.
A lot of my Mexican friends are telling me that they hate, I believe it's Tata Martino, who's their coach. He's just not putting them in a good system to win, and they're kind of struggling because of it.
Offered a PSG for a swap with Donnarumma. Yeah, I don't know if I have enough money. I can maybe see. Yeah.
Frankie says he's gonna set up the projector and watch the matches with the family. Hey, what if we do watch alongs for the World Cup?
Yeah. We
No, I don't know. I don't think we can because like those games are gonna be on when it's 2 or 3 in the morning for us.
Oh no, they're in the afternoon.
It's in Qatar.
They're in the afternoon.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because I had to go on a course and I had to decide which Canada games I wanted to miss. So which week I took the course. So I'm going to miss the Canada versus Belgium one. So yeah, I looked into it already.
So you're gonna miss an Alphonse Davies hat trick there.
Against Belgium, maybe.
I know.
That's the one if we lose any of them. Anyways, that's November. Ah man, there's so much other great football to watch until then. Hopefully we do pick it up though, honestly. We need to win. Yes, go.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, so we missed this one comment. This comment was hilarious. So KB said he'd call in, but unfortunately he's in the car with the wife. So if your wife gets mad at us, sorry, we're not sorry. We're just a bunch of comedians.
My wife thinks I'm kind of weird too for doing all this. I mean, if I was in the car with my wife and I called into some random dudes on the internet,
you gotta tell her, KB, you gotta look at her, dead ass in the eye, KB, and say, "Oh, I love Dave and Dash more."
No, I don't want to get him kicked out. Jesus, go on.
It's funny. Frankie says Tata is the Mexican Allegri. So that's funny because my friend Paco said the same exact thing. He's like, Dash, I swear to you, he's like, if I could name anything about Tata Martino, he's the definition of the Mexican Allegri. And I lost my stuff because I was warming up for my match last night. And he was like, he was talking to me about it. And I was like, yeah, man, how do you feel about Mexico in the World Cup? He's like, bro, we got the Mexican Allegri. How do you think I feel? And I just started laughing. And then
yeah, that's again, I don't know much. I gotta start paying more attention to this Mexican league.
we gotta start paying attention to CONCACAF, huh? Because you're Canadian, I'm American, so like
Yeah, but again, like it was just the timings. It's same thing, just middle of the day while I'm at work,
yeah.
right? So you miss so much of it.
And then NES says, can't wait to watch USA versus Lobster Backs on Black
Who's who?
Friday.
I'm missing. Who's the lobster backs? I should know this. Sorry, who is it?
Maybe FIFA World Cup brackets. Oh yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, we could. Okay, but who's
Yeah,
the
we-
lobster backs? Sorry, lobster backs. Who's he
I think
referring to?
I think he's referring to
So who are they
England.
playing?
'Cause
England.
I think we play England on Black Friday.
Yes, you do.
Ironically.
Yes. Okay.
Ironically,
Wonder. This is
World
weird.
Cup. So it is England versus the US Black Friday, 2 p.m.
Do a FIFA. Yeah, we could do a FIFA World Cup thing too.
Yeah, we could do that.
I will play as Canada, obviously. Okay, maybe we'll see. Let's see. I'll put up a poll. I'll play what you guys want to play. Hopefully, it's Canada. Oh yeah,
I think we're definitely gonna get a lot of CONCACAF interest, like US, Mexico, or Canada.
a lot of our people do come from there. A lot of
So-
you people.
Well, so guys, on my birthday, it's gonna be Argentina versus Mexico. So that'll be
look, and Frankie's saying Mexico versus Argentina in the group is going to be interesting.
that is my birthday. So I don't know how I feel. I'm getting older, but also getting a decent game. So
Birthday stream?
birthday
Nobody even
stream.
knows how old you are yet. Will you do an age reveal like Pepe did on the weekend?
I'm gonna do a face reveal.
Face reveal.
Ready? Well, no, because the thing is like, I have this running joke. So like, with my staff at the restaurant, they always ask me what my age is, and they probably aren't even gonna watch the stream. I highly doubt it. But like, it's a running joke where I lie about my age and my birthday. Because the thing is so, whenever it's one of my staffs, one of my employees' birthday, I always pull a prank on them. So like, whether I make a coffee ground cake or hit them in the face with whipped cream, stuff like that. So I'm a huge jokester.
Yeah.
So the thing is they've been trying to search my social media and stuff like that to see if they can find my birthday so they can get me on it. So I doubt they'll watch the stream, but they've been doing it for a while now, for the past couple of months, and they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna find his birthday and we're gonna get you and blah blah blah. And I was like, all right, good luck with that. And and I always mess with them, and I'm like, yeah, I'm like 42, and they're like, what? No, no, you're not. I'm just
Maybe
kidding. I'm
you
21.
are.
No, I'm not.
No.
I'm not 21 either. I'm not. It's just funny. I just like having the mystique because a lot of people will try to guess.
I
my
don't even
age.
know. I don't even know, guys. But you're definitely into a 30.
Am I a
There's
30?
I want to say there's a 30 something. If
Damn.
not, you're like a very mature 28 or 29.
I'm a very mature 18-year-old. But like, yeah, it's because the thing is, so like, with my actual like professional career, my 9 to 5 gig, so I'm like one of the youngest in my field. So like, I'll go to events and I'll speak at conferences and stuff like that, and they're like, oh man, hey, you're looking really well for someone that looks like they're in their mid 30s or 40s.
I wonder how
What's
they found out that you're good at speaking.
I don't know. Well, it's funny. So I had a conference call and I still had this set up. So I was Microsoft Teamsing this, and I had my
Okay,
microphone,
yeah.
my boom, and everyone's looking at me like, it's a really nice setup for a
Yeah, who's this guy?
meeting. What? I'm like, yeah, so I kind of work on a podcast on the side. And like, don't you also own a restaurant on the side too? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, do you sleep? No.
It's all about the side gigs.
It's the side gigs, man. But like, yeah, so like even before this, I used to do like public speaking and a bunch of like other commentary and stuff like that. So back then I didn't talk about topics I liked like I am right now. Yeah. So yeah, so it was funny. So like they'll be like, hey Dash, you look really well for someone your age, man. Like, what are you doing to keep yourself looking so young? And I'm like, how old do you think I am? 38, 37. I just look at myself and I just cringe. Then like my coworkers there will just start laughing because they're just like, grandpa. And it's like, it's even worse because like my little brother's friends, whenever they stop by and say hello, they call me Peepaw. And I'm like, guys, I'm not that old. Please stop. Don't call me that.
Wonder. We got to do an age reveal one of these days. It will be interesting.
Yeah, and then Frankie says the World Cup update's coming out on FIFA. Yeah, so we could do something like that. I kind of want to do like, and we'll probably have to talk to Farhad about it, but like we'll do like a World Cup bracket where like we'll have like a predictor league where we'll get the we'll get the PDF of the overall World Cup bracket, so the group games and the bracket itself, and then you guys will fill it out and then submit it to the Discord, and then like whoever gets the most points might win a prize or something like that.
This is again why the Discord. Oh, you just went way.
Yes, somebody turned on the lights. I think my camera's focusing. All right, we're good now.
Yeah, but again, the Discord is really where that stuff is super easy because we can chat like all day live, whatever, banter, all that stuff. I mean, most of you guys in here, I don't know, most of Frankie, obviously, KB, and yes, Tecmo, Sharif, some of you, I don't know, not all of you guys, unless you got other names and you're spot.
So we'll definitely have some fun stuff for the World Cup. So it's not going to be a month of you guys missing us. You guys will see us.
So lonely. Yeah, but otherwise, I mean, we're rambling now. I think.
Yeah, I say it's time to cut this bad boy off.
We'll cut it off. All right. Cut it off. I don't know. I was gonna make another bad joke. Papa Dash. There's the bad joke right there.
There we go. Boom. It's like Papa Dash on that note. All right, Frankie, I'm not doing the outro. We're just gonna cut this right now. Cut the commercial. Cut the commercial.
You kidding me? No. I mean,
I know.
Go baby, go.
All righty then. Okay, everybody. Thanks for popping on to this late Wednesday night stream. Thanks to everybody that joined the chat. Frankie, we see ya. KB, hopefully your wife isn't too pissed at you listening to us on your drive home. NES Techno, I think this is probably one of the first few times we've seen you come in, but awesome, man. Appreciate it. Thanks for talking for the vintage video games. Same thing with Niket. Hopefully you get your hands on that Altari game for sure. And shout out goes to Sharif as well, our official financial assistant of the Turin Giants. Sharif right there. Shout out to you there, buddy. And hopefully we cheered you guys up a little bit with our comedic approach to Juventus sucking, but it is what it is. And on that note, we'll catch you guys on the next one.
Yeah, good night, guys. Later show. I'm Grandpa Dave now. Never mind Grandpa Dash. Grandpa Dave over here is gotta go Betty bye. Get up and get back to the daily grind. And some fun tomorrow. Yeah. Maybe some FIFA, but probably some F1. We'll have fun, guys. Tomorrow's a throwaway night. See you tomorrow. Dash, as always, thank you. And we love you all. And have a good night.